Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Sports Cards Daily. This is ZiggyNo, and it's January 22nd. And on this day, way back in 1857, National Association of Baseball Players founded in New York. That's pretty cool. 1857, guys. It's a long time ago. Hobby news, product news, and ZiggyNo's Corner. Well, first, we're going to take a review of Sports Collectors Daily News Updates, one of my favorite websites, and I do recommend taking a look at them. If I'm not around, check out Sports Collectors Daily every day. They always have great content, always updating every day, and really great news articles. We're going to take a look at CLCT holdout. Yeah, there's a holdout. Remember I told you yesterday someone offered $853 million? Well, apparently two large shareholders want more. Product news, Topps Project 70. Yeah, I didn't get that wrong. No, it's not 1970. It's 70, Project 70, and I'll explain what I can for you and share some resources you can take a look at. But pretty interesting news there. And then $699. That is what Panini is charging on direct for Contenders football. I am sick, disgusted, and just anyway. I say that because this box used to be, I don't know, $2.99, $3.99 as a suggested retail price a few years ago. There's no way the suggested retail price on this is $700 Panini. And you doing this just justifies all the other guys out there who are just gouging the hobby at $700, $800 a box. I don't know what to say, but I'm going to bring more attention to this in 2021. Panini, you are a problem in the hobby. You're overprinting and you're overcharging, and you don't care about customers anymore. ZiggyNo's Corner. Star Stock and Fantasy Cards. I've been using Star Stock and talk about it a lot. We're going to bring some correlations between the Star Stock Challenge and Fantasy Card Challenge that I'll show you in an article. Really, really great story. Lessons from Project 2020 and sets. Just some thoughts after listening to Chris talk about Project 70. Release calendar preview. Product reviews. Let me give you a link to that. Take a look at some reviews of products that are out. And the National. Well, it's January right now. We're coming around the corner to March. Will it happen? I mean, the U.S. is still behind on their goals for vaccinations, and well, July is only, 6 months away? Thoughts? Okay, let's go ahead and dive into some of this content here. First off, I'm going to bring you to On This Day in Sports. This is where I get all these sports information, and I thought this was just cool. Just the first thing that popped up, right? Isn't that pretty cool? But all sorts of cool things happen on this day in sports, and I do recommend taking a look at this if you want to. I don't know if I'll include the link or not, but you can find this on this day in sports. But I wanted to share that with you. Next up, over at Sports Collectors Daily, again, I check this website out every day. Great articles here. We're going to spend some time on, for example, Project 2020, Dan Sutton. I'm not going to spend too much time on. I did think this is interesting. The Philly show in March was postponed, and that's in March. That's why I kind of was thinking about Nationals. Now, I'm going to a show tomorrow here in the D.C., Northern Virginia area, hoping to go to that. Here's the Collector's Universe. We'll dive in a little bit more on that in a moment. Sports news and memorabilia. I thought this is pretty cool. Chuck D's new rap. It's so hard to see my baseball cards move on. Now, it's not really talking about the value of cards or anything, but he does mention baseball cards in a rap. And he's referring to basically time and nostalgia, not the value. But I did think that was interesting. Sports Talk, a great article here, and some news here on Bowman Heritage. I think these are stickers. Anyway, let's go ahead and dive into a few of these articles. This one really caught my attention. Okay, two Collectors Universe shareholder groups opposed to revised deal. Okay, Alpha Groups, this guy's telling them that he thinks it's worth more. What will this mean? I don't know. I'm not reading this whole article for you. I'll let you read it. He believes it's worth over $100 a share. So my first thoughts here are, he must be a card collector, right? He's got to be a card collector. He's got to know all the pent-up demand for PSA. He can't be coming this from some other angle. This also, as I mentioned earlier, when Nat did this acquisition, it brought the attention. Think of how many millionaires had this offer put in front of them, and now they see this going on. This has got to be stirring the pot. I mean, guys, Beckett, I know they're not unreachable, but they could be an acquisition target. Same thing with CSG and was it CSG and CGS or whatever. These guys, this is the big news in my opinion. I mean, we're going to have to see what happens. I'm also thinking to myself, what if Nat and the guy say no and they walk away? Maybe $1 billion is too much. They're not going to pay that much. They walk away from this. Then what happens? Who runs PSA? Are we still as confident? There's so much going on, and this is very pivotal. So pivotal. It's an early morning and I haven't had my coffee. So definitely keep an eye on this, guys. Check it out, and I'll keep you updated on Sports Cards Daily. Okay, Project 70. Now I saw some information about this yesterday, last night. I watched one of Chris's videos, which I'll share with you in a moment. This kind of blows my mind. So first of all, my thoughts on this. Okay, not surprised. Okay, let me say the positives. Not surprised. Proud of Topps for keeping as an on-demand product. In other words, they're not shoving it down your throat. They're not forcing you. They're not going to make I don't know, Topps series flagship 7s and 8s and choices and stuff like this year. Okay, right. So I commend them for that. I like the Topps on demand. My thoughts on this is that in the past, it seems like ever since Project 2020, okay, most people, Chris will mention this in a minute, most people missed out on Project 2020, and that's why it was very successful in the beginning. But no one has missed out on anything Topps has come out with since. And I've been following every release, right? Whether it was the T206 cards, whether it was the Aoki cards, whether it was the Ben Baller cards, every one of those has been successful, and they've all gone up fast, right? They've all been snatched up fast. Also, their wave ones have also always done better in sales than wave 2s, 3s, or 4s. I saw that in the Aoki. I saw that in the Topps. So I suspect in this Blake Jameson set they're doing this wave thing, I think wave 1 had 7,000. I suspect wave 2 will have less. So my points are, and Chris mentioned this, you're not going to get rich off Project 7070 in the beginning. I think if you're going to do this, you've got to be selective. Maybe have a long haul strategy for it. Or Chris brings up some strategies, and I'll mention that, and I'll just point you to him. But I just said this: pay attention, have it on your radar. You're not going to be surprised by Project 70 this year. Okay, it's not going to sneak up on you. I am pretty excited by this. Look, Snoop Dogg, man, I'm a Snoop Dogg fan, dude. I would love to get me some Snoop Dogg cards. Anyway, so that's kind of my thoughts on Project 2020 new sets. New sets come out, I'm going to grab them. They normally go up in value, okay, but normally the second wave or second set is going to do better than the first, just from what I'm seeing. And also, I think if you collect the entire set, the entire wave, they sell better as an entire complete set if you're reselling. When I look at my Project 2020 cards, I basically put them all away. I love the ones that I have out on display. I'm not looking to profit or trade or do anything with them right now. Probably won't for a year or so. I'll probably just put them away for a few years and take them out and then decide what to do with them. Look at the market and see what's going on. But at this moment, I'm just going to sit on them. That's kind of my collector side. Okay, so here, big fan of Chris at CRT Sports Cards. Check out his channel, and I'll drop this link below. He talks about Project 70 here, okay? It's about 420 into the card. I didn't pick the time. That's what he did.
Another art-inspired set from Topps in collaboration with many, many artists. It is, though, more complex than Project 2020. I think we're up to, like 38 to 40 confirmed artists of.
So again, that's all I'm going to play for you. Check out the video, but he does a great job, guys, explaining to you some of the differences, what we could see, the opportunity. I mean, it's going to be fun. He's already set up a site for it. I'll show you the Facebook group that I'm in, and I'm a big Facebook fan. So if you have time, when I come over to Facebook, check that out. I'd be happy to help you. I'm not an admin in this group. I admin a few other groups. I don't admin any groups or affiliations or anything. But my point is, they've already got the Project 2020 and Project 70 and Topps online release ready. So super excited. This is all Project 70 talk here. So I like Facebook more than I do the other social media platforms because these are open communities. They have self-policing. They have moderations or moderators and admins. You don't see that in other. You don't have a TikTok admin, and there's no Instagram admin or moderator. And we've seen a lot of scams. So I prefer Facebook as my preferred media for trading, buying, selling. I do use other ones, but Facebook's my preferred. Okay, real quickly, nothing on the Topps website right now. I thought I'd just bring your attention. I don't see anything on here about the Project 7070 yet. I keep saying that. I'm going to keep saying Project 7070. It's only Project 70, Ziggy. Only 170, man. Okay. I did want to point out the Blake. These cards are out. This is week 2. And I tell you, man, I just think these are cool cards. As I mentioned yesterday, for a blaster box, it's a pretty cheap price, man. $20, get your kids a couple. I got a couple for my boys. I won't bring it up, but I'm just not buying too many of them right now. I'm buying a few. And I'm a big fan of it, so I'm not telling you not to. Do what you feel like doing. Okay, fantasy football with cards. Great article here on Sports Card Investor. This guy's talking about basically newscast, podcast. Here, let's break it down. How to join your own fantasy soccer card folio, right? And I've seen a couple of this. Bench Clear Media did one where they built a $10,000 portfolio and see who could have the best portfolio. I think in 3 and 6 months, they'll be following that. So here's some tips. You can contact these guys. They'll give you tips, but here's their creating their rules. You can modify your own rules, create your own groups. This is cool. I mean, basically, the idea is so you can either physically buy or virtually buy or whatever, buy your cards, track the values, and see how you're doing, see how your team does, give points based on scoring. We could do a lot of things with this. I think there's a great blend, which brings me to here. Guys, I'm a huge fan of StarStock, right? I'm super excited. I'm 6 because I had a really bad few weeks, but I'm still 6. Anyway, this platform, it's slowed down as far as I'd say volume and transaction. The prices have come back down to reality, which is probably good. I think they've run into some delays with getting cards in. I know I'm waiting for cards to get in that I've shipped to them last two. I've shipped 2 subs that are I'm still being processed. But I first of all, be this. I'm not upset. It's only been weeks. They can take their time. I know shipping takes them a few weeks, like 4 weeks right now. But again, you're busy. Take your time. Keep doing what you're doing. My point of this is when they can offer this model to the public, like this is mentioning in this article, like if this becomes a platform where I can come to this platform and get 10 friends and we all throw in $100 and we go build a portfolio in soccer cards, or we want to do basketball cards, you can put any parameters you want on it. You can make it all StarStock C's, all stars. You can do whatever you want to with it, right? When that's available by StarStock as a platform, game changer, right? Because it will become the new fantasy sports card platform, right? And I've mentioned this to the StarStock team. They're very aware of it. I'm sure they're aware of it. There's a lot of infrastructure, right? Think about Fantasy Duel or FanDuel, right? When they run those FanDuel accounts on the servers, you got to have a lot of infrastructure to support all those transactions. But if you could do that in the sports card world, I think it's just a game changer, right? So again, you buy sports cards off of StarStock, you trade and move them in and out of your account. Maybe whoever wins the StarStock challenge in your league would take all the cards. Maybe you have top 3 take cards. They draft cards. There's just so much stuff you could do. Once StarStock sets that up and gives you the ability to manage that, game changer. So I only mention that because this article made me think about it. This article is kind of like when fantasy football used to be done with your newspaper and a calculator, and today it's all done online, right, through CBS Sports. Same thing here. In the future, I believe StarStock and others, if they're smart enough, they can get out there, right, are going to be doing fantasy card purchasing, portfolio management for challenges. Okay, let me move on. Panini, here we go. Here we go, Panini. $699.95. How generous of you to offer Contenders to us. Only 1 hour and 6 minutes until that goes online from the time of recording. That means by the time this is up and going, I bet you it's probably sold out. I'm a fan of Contenders. It's a great product for the quarterbacks. Everybody else, in my opinion, not very good. Now, this is the autograph set. So if you want an autograph of a player, a rookie autograph of a defender or wide receiver, this would be the set. This is the best autograph set out there. I mean, it's not an NT. It's not a flawless. It's just a paper card that's grade, hard to get great grades on. So you might see more BGS slabbing on this than you will see PSAs because you'll see more PSA 9s, in my opinion. Keep an eye out for Optic coming up. I will do a kind of a preview video for that. I am a fan of Optic, although this is going to be brutal. I will say real quickly on a thoughts for retail. I expect there to be a lot of retail Optic out. Okay, just like there's been a lot of retail Prism out and a lot of retail Contenders out. There's been waves of this stuff. Retail, I know it's gonna be hard to find. It will be expensive, but they're making more this year than they made last year. Put it that way. Okay. How do I know that? Psychic powers, magic. I'm gonna call it just guess. Wild ass guess. Okay. I thought I'd bring up Upper Deck, put them on the board here. I really don't see much from them right now that I can bring to your attention, but I'm excited to watch. Like I'm looking forward to those metal cards coming out. I need to learn more about what Series 2 is. I do like some of these Marvel cards. They look pretty sexy, but I'm not ready to buy any. I do like some of their online stuff. I like their website, but nothing yet I found that I want to bring to your attention. News and events, there just hasn't been anything updated since November. So again, we will keep Upper Deck there. And lastly, just take a quick look at the release calendar, what's coming up again, Contenders. I think the easiest way for me to look at this is if I scroll down here and look at it per sport. In baseball, I'm looking for Series 1. That's not until February, so baseball's kind of quiet to me. Basketball, again, February for me. Football, February most likely. Look at February 10th is going to be a pretty exciting day with the Optic, and you got basketball coming out. Hockey, we got, when is that? There we go, that metal stuff. That's April, right? April 7th. And then other sports there. Gaming, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, great resource there. And then last, check out reviews. I'm going to start doing some reviews, and I mention this because there's a great site for reviews, but I also want to encourage people, if you're ripping products, give reviews. And give comments, reviews. Reviews are critical. I think we need to give more reviews and be more critical of the products we're spending lots of hard-earned money on. So keep up the reviews, guys. Okay, that's been a long Sports Cards Daily, but I like the format. I hope you guys do as well. Look forward to your feedback, your comments, and see you guys back here tomorrow.